I need to pack for Babe's ride out. So I have my bagger, and he's amazing, but I've never packed him for an actual moto camping trip yet because I've never really taken him on a moto camping trip. Unless you count the Stubborn American campout I did last year. That kind of counts. So if you can't see, I have well, that's a mess. Don't look at that. But I have all of my camping gear right here that I need to pack up and figure out how I'm going to put it all on my road glide. That might seem like an easy task, especially since I have the huge tour pack now. But I'm actually kind of nervous because I got so good at packing my Dyna that I don't know how to pack the road glide. So that's what we're going to do in today's video. Mock pack. Let's go outside. Let me show you some things. Obviously, big beautiful baby Appa, my big old tour pack, and 2 saddlebags. This is my Lone Rider, Lone Rider Moto tent. This is the big tent that you can park a bike in. I don't think we're going to be parking Appa in the garage of this thing, but this is the tent I love taking with me to rallies because it's just big and comfortable and fun if you happen to land on inclement weather, which happens all the time. As you could clearly tell, it's pouring. And I must say, having this tent, it's gonna be real nice setting up in here. Even though I'm already soaking wet, I have all of my belongings on the ground, but at least I have somewhere dry to stand up and start setting up my campsite. This is one of my saddlebags that I got from Harley-Davidson. So this has some miscellaneous items in it for camping, toiletries, lights, stuff like that. So I'll have more room in here. I'll probably fit my clothes in here, but this is going to go on one side of my bags. This side of my bag is always reserved for emergency stuff. So tire repair kit, tools, first aid kit, probably some rain gear. So I'm gonna keep this bag as light as possible. This bag is going to have all of my miscellaneous items for camping. And then this big boy, this is gonna hold this. So I actually just ordered this Saddlemen tour pack bag from Amazon. I'll actually link it in the description if you are interested in that. This was not sent to me. I bought it myself and I freaking love it. Let me show you what's in this thing. First, I'm gonna put it in here and see if it fits. Wrong way. Wrong way. Okay. Look at that. So in this tour pack bag, if I can get it, I have so much stuff in here. So this is like a miscellaneous bag. I have a little tomahawk hatchet in here, some lights, lanterns, headlamps, and fire starters. This is my food. So, well, not all of my food, but this is like my little cook set, utensils, water, stuff like that. This right here is my camp chair. This is my sleeping pad, my big old $16 sleeping pad I got from Walmart. This is actually a hammock, so I have a hammock and straps here because it's nice to just hang out. I got a sleeping bag. Based on the weather, or dependent on the weather, I don't know what the weather is going to be like yet, this might have to change. This is a very, very lightweight sleeping bag, and if it's going to be colder at night, I'm going to have to bring a bigger one, which I don't know if I can fit, but we'll see. And then I have a little pillow. So that's basically everything in this tour pack bag. And everything fits, dude. I cannot believe how, it's like, other than my tent, that is everything I need to go camping right here. And just, you know, when I get to my campsite, just pick this up. Boom. Okay, but the real issue here, let me switch you back around. The real issue here is obviously this tent is going to break. Geez, I'm gonna drop my camera. This tent is too big to fit in the tour pack or in the saddlebag. So no matter what, I'm gonna have to put it on my pillion seat,
which is totally fine. That's typically what I do anyway. Actually, what I do is I strap it to the back of my Dyna on the luggage rack. Here's a photo. It's worked out great. It's a little heavy, but it's worked out great. So right now I'm going to take the time, strap this to the back of my seat with my rock straps. I never use anything other than rock straps. And then I'm gonna do a little test ride to see how all of this gear feels on the road. First things first, I gotta find my points of contact for the bungee section of my rock strap. And I'll give you guys a little hack, I guess. I like to put the bungee section on the part of the bike that's really not easy to access. So I put the bungees somewhere back here, one there, one here, and then I'll show you, I usually take the section that like cinches down. I put that somewhere in a similar location, not always the exact same location because it makes it a little tricky to get to sometimes. So for this, I'll put one on my bracket here, and then I'll do the same on this side. So I'm just taking this little loop, making sure it's in the right direction, find somewhere it can attach to, and loop it through. And I'll show you why I do it this way. So this is why I like to do it. Oh my gosh, you can't see me. This is why I like to do it the way I just showed you. So you have this strap here, and then I cross it over like a cross. So they're gonna, let me zoom you back out. Okay, so I take them and I make a little X like that. And this is the reason I do it this way. Get over here for some leverage. So I have my strap right here. And since I have the bungee on the backhand side, it gives me all the room in the world to cinch down up here in the front. Do it again on this side. And it gets so tight. Like, this thing is rock solid now. Yeah, of course I'm realizing I should have put the other bag in first, but basically I'll open this up. And this is the thing I love about these bags is I can have stuff on the back here and my bags will still open and close. Total clearance. I got this bag, which I am now I'm realizing is probably the wrong bag, but no, I guess it works both ways. Just shove that down in here. Man, Harley loves making it difficult to put stuff in this bag. Okay. All right. Let me switch you back around. So now, other than my clothes, my shoes, some miscellaneous items I'm going to take for my road trip with me, like rain gear and stuff like that, this is essentially everything I'm taking with me to Babes Ride Out. If you don't know what Babes Ride Out is, it's a motorcycle camping rally, but for women only. So it's my favorite event. I go to it every year. So I'm gonna hop on the bike now and see how this feels and talk about why I think this is so important to anyone who's going on a long road trip. Let's go.
Well, of course, I was trying to hurry up and get out here before the rain hit today, and it looks like we might get rained on. Oh well. Feels just like a real motorcycle trip at that point. So the reason I found it so intimidating packing my road glide up for the very first time for a real big like road trip and moto trip, especially for camping. So here's the thing, when I went to the Stubborn American campout, I actually did bring all of this stuff with me already, but I had a much different pack out back then. All I had was, I think I had my Lone Rider bag on the back of it with a luggage rack. I didn't have the big old tour pack. And believe it or not, the tour pack actually limits you in ways of packing, at least me. So I got really, really good at packing using my Nelson Rig luggage bar, like sissy bar bag, as well as my Lone Rider sissy bar bag. And now I don't have a sissy bar. I'm kind of like, how the hell do I pack my stuff? I had to figure out a way to make everything fit into a bag for my tour pack. And so I did, and it feels good, but I still have my big old tent packed up behind me. And now all of that weight is up top. Ooh, it's really starting to rain. All of that weight is on top of my road glide, and it's noticeable. Like, the bike is significantly more top heavy now than when it is when I just do a normal pack. So the sissy bar, or what's it called, the tour pack, sits up a lot higher than the stuff that I would have packed with my sissy bar. So it's just an interesting feeling, and I love to feel prepared and comfortable on my motorcycle. So that's what I'm doing right now, taking a quick rip with my bike almost 100% full for this road trip. Since the rain has just started, I'm probably going to keep the riding portion of this pretty short. So when I went to Adam Sandoval's K River Campground for the Stubborn American Rally last October, I did have pretty much the exact same pack out as I have right now. What's up, buddy? And I felt fine. I traveled all the way from Ohio down to Oklahoma and then to New Orleans and then back with my bike totally packed up and loaded. But for Babe's Ride Out, I don't know why I've treated it differently. So Babe's Ride Out, like I said, it's an all-women motorcycle camping rally. I go to the East Coast location. I haven't been to the other West Coast ones, but honestly, I just already know the East Coast is probably my favorite because I am obsessed with East Coast just terrain in general. So it's very green, very lush. We're right on the Delaware River, and it's a really good time. So that means it gets really cold, really hot. It can be torrential downpours, thunderstorms, or beautiful crystal clear blue skies. So you have to kind of be prepared for everything. And I love bringing the larger Lone Rider tent for that specifically because it has the garage in it, and you can comfortably kind of get out of the elements and not be sitting cramped in a tiny little 2-person dome tent. So I always bring my Lone Rider tent with me when I go to those events now because it just adds so much more comfort to your trip. And then of course I have things like my camp chair, I have things like my $16 Walmart sleeping pad and all of that, and it just really makes for a much more comfortable time. So yeah, all of those things obviously add a ton of weight and space to your motorcycle because they are not the super cheap or the super expensive tiny backpacking gear. Ooh. This new Ruroc, it gets a little steamy in there. As of right now, I've been doing just sort of slow cruising around town, just trying to get a feel for stop and go, traffic, cornering. I actually had somebody comment on a video a couple days ago, and they were like, "Hey, her two wheels, do you ever do low speed maneuverability on that big bike of yours?" And I was like, heck yeah, man. Every single time I slow down and maneuver. But no, I actually have not just taken Appa into a nice parking lot and practice some low speed maneuvering. I should, I just haven't. There is a doggy in the car in front of me, and I just want him to turn around. So I also have a potential for not coming straight home after Babe's Ride Out this year. I might be able to take a little bit more time and do a little more road tripping after the event. So for me personally, it's 500 miles one way from Ohio to New York for the camp out, which is totally fine. I can do it in a day. I do like to split it up because I like to arrive at the camp out refreshed and early and ready to party. So I usually leave Sunday morning from the camp out and just bomb it right back home. But I might have time to do some other stuff. And I really want to, but the thing I don't want to do is I don't want to continue doing these road trips or going to another really cool city or something and have my bike completely packed out, just because it's super heavy and it just doesn't ride as well as with anything. If you put 4 people in a Honda Civic, it's not going to drive as well. Oh my God, there's the puppy. Look at me. Come, look at me. So far, the bike feels really good. I actually can tell that it is top heavy. Like, I can tell it's pretty full, but it doesn't feel crazy. And hopefully it balances out a little bit the more I kind of put into my saddlebags, because I do have some things I need to add to the saddlebags. Case in point, rain gear. It doesn't add a lot of weight, but it does take up a lot of space. I do hate how much space rain gear takes up, and it's just one of those things you never want to have to use. If you guys would like to see a full detailed pack list or a breakdown or a full setup of the gear that I'm taking to Babe's Ride Out, leave a comment and let me know, because I can certainly make that video for you guys. Like I said, I have so much camping gear, and it just depends on the type of trip that I'm taking, how I choose what kind of gear I want to take with me. Like I said, for big festivals and parties, I like to take the larger, bulkier items because I'm going to be doing multiple days of camping, multiple days of drinking, and I just want a really nice, comfortable place to lay my head at night. If I do more local or maybe like overnight camping trips, I'll take much smaller gear. I'll take my much smaller sleeping pad, my tent, all of that stuff. So it just, like I said, it depends on the trip. The one thing I didn't think about until pretty much today, if you guys remember last year, also if you haven't checked out my Babes Ride Out videos from last year, I'll have those linked down in the description because they're really good fun. Captain Anna flew up to Ohio and her and I rode over to New York. And we had a great time, but on the day out there, we usually stop and stay at a hotel. So when you go camping and you have to stop and stay at a hotel, you have to completely unpack your entire bike. And that is such a pain in the ass. So I just thought to myself today, I'm like, yo, when I get to a hotel, I don't have to completely unpack my bike. All I have to do is lock the bags and maybe take the tent and my clothes inside with me. Genius! So yeah, that's definitely one of the highlights of having lockable bags. So I've been driving really slow through these small streets and stuff, and I kind of just want to hop on the highway and see how the bike feels at highway speeds fully packed. A slight little delay in acceleration, definitely can feel the weight on it. But nothing out of control. Yeah. That feels pretty good. I don't know what it is. I have to do this every year. It doesn't matter how many times I go on a road trip or how many times I go moto camping or stuff like that. I feel like I have to pack up the bike and take it for like a test ride, essentially, see how it feels, what I need to change, if I strap things down properly, stuff like that. And that's just kind of who I am as a person. I don't know, Jordan does the same thing, so I can tell it's not just me. I mean, I would love to go get some coffee right now, but shoo, these clouds are looking just slightly ominous. So since it's about to rain again, I think I'm probably just gonna head back home, take a look at the pack one more time, and let you guys know like what I actually think.
Okay, well, we just got back and like things actually felt really good. So just some random rainy Wednesday, and I'm like, I'm gonna pack my bike and go ride around the block and see how it feels, blah blah blah. Yeah, it feels good. It's like actually perfect. I love it. So this thing stayed super tight. Obviously it's not budging, and I'm so in love with rock straps, dude. That's why I can't not use them forever. So to take them off, I'll show you. And probably chip your paint. That's exactly what I was trying not to do. So loosen them up a little bit and then snap them off. Boom. Good to go. Yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little manic episode of me packing up my bike and taking it around the block. That's just what I would typically do with or without a camera. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until my next one, you be good, and I'll see you later.